That lower bracket still gives them a chance to bounce back. Fnatic start out on Navi's pick, so they choose the side. And they will go for the defense, where already you can see Navi are putting the pressure on, but Vekaj, oh, he flew under the radar for a moment, but Hero takes him down, and Boaster running in a little early, gets cut down to size. Kayak's got a huge challenge, and good trades from Navi set them up for a 3v2 post plant.
Yeah, I like the mid-round call. Put the pressure on, get in your opponent's face, try and overwhelm the players and not allow for that retake to be properly set up. Puts them into an advantageous position, and with Ruxic,
it's come off the screen,
in an aggressive spot, he's going to be able to hold the line. Know that there's no flank coming either because of the trap, and it just leaves Filu jiggling. And he's already seen everything. That's all they needed to know.
There's some danger up close from Alpha. That Bandit, the fire rate, not even used there. The one tap clean to start this off. Ruxic running out of those headhunter shots, down to 2, and no heads have been found. That nade can take him out. It's chased him all the way back to main. Bought some time, but time ticking for Crashies as the defuse not even halfway, but he gets it there. He sticks it under his nose. The time surely. A second on, and he's won it. Oh, so many chances to close that out. It felt like none of them connected, and a big round for Crashies. Player spotted in the corner. Alpha's gonna immediately get out of there, yet still, he's lit down to 20 HP, some decent damage. The headhunter only needs the one shot as Boaster goes down, and Alpha still tagged. It looks like there could be a weakness to exploit towards that B side.
Maybe you don't want to be switching roles too much. I can understand that as well. We'll see if that's
30 seconds left.
A piece that will change. Of course, for Na'Vi, feeling out the map, I'm sure they'd love to get an additional orb as well, which is going right into the hands of Filu. However, getting anything more done from here is going to be difficult.
Well, let's see. Pressure put on. Alpha tagged low. There is a chance. If they can take this site, if they can deal with Crashies, and they will eventually. Leaving it down to a 1v2 snake bite. Oh, it's perfect. Yeah, that's it, done. Still, all in all, Tom, great damage coming out of this round if you're a Navi fan. That Showstopper could turn the tide in their favor. The question is, will it be used to entry up against the weaker buy from Fnatic, or saved as a last port of call and disaster? Nice nade. That's landed well, but those players able to make a little distance behind it, so end of the world. Yeah, Navi not deterred. One player towards the B site. The rest of them ready to break out on A any second now.
Yeah, Tiger needs to clear this close angle. I'm getting a little bit nervous. One through, runs in, but it's a disappearing act. Allows Hero a freebie. We saw the stat a moment ago. He's got the most kills so far in Kickoff, which is surprising considering the performance that Alpha had. They've still left, yeah. Xiao is very far away from the rest of the team. This is going to be the latest lurk of all time. But luckily, they're still going to have a 3v2 on the site. Kind of looking at Vekaj, though.
Xiao's even taking his time. Now they know that they're here. Xiao speeds up. He's heard the steps, knows there's a player going to screens, and the eyes on sight now focused in. Ruxic locked in on that angle, waiting for them to step forward, and if they take too long, it'll be death from behind. Snakebite buys time. Ruxic's off, chimes in, and Xiao has completely whiffed. Vekaj now has a chance. Surely not another Fnatic clutch. And this time, it will go to Navi in the end.
I'm just going to walk backwards at full pace. Like, not even shifting.
Like left, right, fair enough. Why backwards? Why backwards? But okay. It's worked remarkably well. Navi, maybe thanks to Xiao, they end up with that round. Maybe
it's not great. They lost so many players, and this is a good opportunity now for Fnatic to almost completely reset them. Yeah, the Showstopper's still in play, but Nightfall's been picked up on the other side. Hero under pressure. He's had a phenomenal kickoff so far, revealed in the corner. Kayak knows exactly where he is, and that's an important man to clear. Also the lurker as well, so that is half the map that now has no Na'Vi presence.
For Navi, credits put in. Do you now use the Showstopper? Burst through, it looks like Dog's going to be the point of contact. Showstopper active, fired out, and lands on Alpha. Vekaj ran for the hills, so Heaven Control given up, but down below, lurking, waiting, is Boaster, and he strikes at just the right moment. Another blinded up, the spray was good, running and gunning as Fnatic set their sights on 3 and lock it in moments later.
if Fnatic are able to take their opponent's map choice, going into Breeze, we haven't seen NAVI play it yet, and I believe so far it's been their second ban in the majority of series.
And all signs pointing to NAVI needing to find that success on this first map. At least to look a bit better than it could be from now. I mean, warning signs early as Fnatic push up to 4, assuming nothing crazy happens here with the pistols. But that tour de force still gives them a chance, as you said. Small as it may be. But that last round, it does feel like, you know, they did so well to fight back into Be Heaven, trade out that showstopper for a kill, for a bit of space. Ooh, rare missed shot. Filu was a little ahead of the pack. Guess who's getting dropped early again? Filu jumping around there. But although players have gotten close on the back of his martyrdom, they have been spotted by the reveal. So for Hero to get out of here is going to require a bit of luck, or maybe
It's a distraction.
it's going to just require Ruxic to strike in the right moment. He's here already. Oh, but Kayak's used the ult. That's
like
so unlucky.
I like it. Just a get out of jail free card. Allows him to clear all of the site, give information over, doesn't risk an operator going into enemy hands, and Crashies really is just making sure his teammates can stay safe.
Great read from Kayak.
So much more stressed in the coaching booth. Like, so much more.
Oh,
okay.
Nice shot by Filu. That's a big shutdown. Look at the A site now. I mean, for Crashies, I almost expected him to start backing off to screens, but instead, he's stepping forward. He's looking for a fight, and he's got more of a fight than he wanted. Oh, no!
Yeah, that Viper screen going down. Pushed through his own pit in mid. Vekaj just managed to get rid of Shao. That's the lurk on the other side of the map gone. And actually, Alpha has managed to clear out Hero at the same time. This is very quickly turned into a winnable position, but Ruxic patiently waiting. That operator picked up, has cleared out Alpha. The back and forth ends with NAVI in an advantage.
They know that Boaster's on screens as well. The Vekaj was mid, could be wrapping behind them. The Seeker last saw him there, so a lot of attention being put towards their backs, but Fnatic have stacked up, waiting for the wall to fall, but they follow suit as NAVI find themselves on 2.
Kick them while they're down. They do still have to be careful, though. That operator is still in hand, but this time it's going to be sectioned off by utility.
Oh, there's the info for Boaster. You already have so much support close by. Alpha just 1 away from the showstopper, but NAVI, they make all that noise and start to shift backwards. They've got Ruxic embedded.
Cheating.
In good position. Close on mid, waiting for a mistake to be made. The smoke pulled back still gives him that opportunity. Yet they've lost Filu on that cross down on mid. The whole team swinging out. Oh, and Ruxic missing the shot. That is a costly start to this round. And but look at the players left on. What did they have to help them get into a site? I think the flashes are the only real hope here, but if they do get in, the pit could turn them around back in their favor.
Oh, anti-flash for Boaster, and then Vekaj is unblinded by the time that he makes it around the corner. They were so ready for that Sky pot flash.
Basically, more or less. The fact that they ended up tied as well is just beautiful. Same map, same kills, same record. Fnatic 5-2. We've had a moment to rest. A moment of reprieve for NAVI, but they do come in here with very little to work with. Again, even in these rounds, you have to think, if you can get to the site, that Viper's Pit can be your ally. Make it much more difficult for those rifles, to, and especially the AWP, to find the value that they want to with that investment.
He's got a showstopper. Oh, if he pops it here, he could literally kill the entire team. Well, he's going to get one of them for free anyway. Xiao tried to TP towards him. It's a showstopper coming. No, he's just jumping up to try and dodge. And to be honest, at this point, they've already got 2 openers. One of them for free.
Yeah, I think that puts Xiao 0 and 8 at the moment. And, you know, not a great start. I think we've had every facet of Valorant gameplay fail.
It's because they don't have a Yoru, that he was just being the Yoru clone.
Yeah, and it almost worked, except for the fact
he shot the clone.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is Xiao.
30 seconds left.
And then, as a result, NAVI got...
Yeah, but there's no... He didn't realize there's no real Xiao to run behind.
Take a timeout and bring him up here for a little try-cast with that.
I think he'd be like, sub me in cheat.
Yeah. It's like, actually, I made a mistake.
To be honest, this was also one of Angel's best maps for calling as well.
This actually, where Filu is right now, You used to just see Angel in here non-stop.
No matter the agent, no matter the time of the round.
No, it could be 3 seconds in on breach. Guess where he's going to be? And I'm not talking defense. No. He will have he will have jumped with his knife out across mid, but still somehow survived. Here we go, Alpha. Whoa, that's a little premature. They've baited that out really nicely. Sending Rooksik in, selling that fake, and then boop, he's out of there. Your showstoppers landed for nothing, and now they can put that pressure on later. Although some players going towards the vents, they're going to make some noise and a bit of a distraction. Xiao is just lost in this instance, but it almost works out for Rooksik. He gets some damage done, but in the end, it falls apart. And I really you have to wonder, what was Xiao thinking? Oh.
So Shabu's got one back. I still look at that Viper's pit. The kill onto Crashy would be enough, but bear in mind, Crashy's knows that. So he doesn't fight. He just gets the jiggle peek, runs back all the way, and with 30 seconds left. Both players are on opposite sides of the map. I think they're literally just feeling it out, but and hoping that there's some space. Oh, I thought there was a chance, because again, maybe the kill onto Kayak could be enough, but again, you got 15 seconds. He doesn't really have much of a reason to go peeking. And then when he does, Kayak's quite good at shooting. So he's dropped the spike. Hero's now going to have to save. And
sorry, your knife out walking in there. So it's just a little shaky. And honestly, for Navi, I don't think this is something that worries me that much, because I've seen Xiao play a lot. I've not seen him play like this a lot. But he does need to...
Why does that not worry?
Because it's just a flash in the pan. It's a little shaky start, but he can get there in the end. And Alpha, well, he doesn't need any sort of warming up. Nice shots.
Oh, crispy start to the round. Of course, it's a lower buy, but yeah, I would go on the other side of the coin and say I'm actually very worried, because they're losing 7-2 on their own map choice.
Sure, yeah, without a doubt.
And unless something drastic changes, it looks like it's going to be 8-2.
It's more every round that goes by, I'm like, well, that's the last round. Xiao's going to make one of those plays, but it seems to be his new play style, at least in these rounds.
Okay.
Nice shutdown from Hero. And a 3 versus 3 hit going down. Okay, Navi now have a real opportunity at converting this. Rooksik, I mean, he can get real close, but there is a player watching it for now. Boaster's up top. The timing is key as Vetgas goes down, and Sociable's double surely locks in the round win.
Yeah, they know exactly where Boaster is as well. First one comes easy, but he's got a man behind him. And, well, just as I comment about Hero not really being on board, he comes in with the triple kill. Takes over the round.
There we go. Little silver lining for us. And a 7-5 still possible. Look, there's plenty of time for Navi to get back into this, as long as there's no more mistakes. TP into the back lines, back to the scene of the crime. But will Xiao be a repeat offender as he moves out towards the A side? It's all open. It's being given up. Can now be found with Rooksik dropping Crashies. That's about as good a start as you could hope for.
Yeah, he's been a menace on the A site. This time he avoided it, I think, knowing that showstopper was likely going to be coming in. And now posted up in their post-plant positions. It's going to be difficult. Still most of the utility available for Navi to try and deny over the top. Alfia will have spotted the man behind, and somehow he's almost doing tricks on top of Xiao, and they quickly find a couple back in return. It's left all onto Rooksik. He managed to kick it off, but they're already beginning that defusal hidden in the corner. He needs to land the shot, and he won't be able to. That looked like a tough retake for Fnatic.
You know, I just can't see them slowing down in the same regard, while Navi are looking a little bit lost. Showstoppers landed out of a Viper's pit. Now an op strikes on the other side, and the advantages, well, they don't compound too much thanks to Rooksik. But where do you go now? No control of B main. Viper's pit is up in B. They look for the A site, and I can't believe Alfia is going to walk through the pit. He is right behind them. He missed them by a pixel, by a second or so. But with that pick onto Kayak, I mean, the thing is, if Alpha gets this strike onto Xiao, they're going to be stuck on site.
Oh, he's low on HP. Xiao is looking completely the wrong way. You wouldn't expect anybody to be there that quickly. And because of it, the advantage swings back. Rooksik still with the tour de force available, but low on HP. We need to see something from Filu in this round. They still don't necessarily know where the other players are coming from. Immediate usage of util to clear that close angle, forcing Ruxic back down to just 2 HP. Filu needs to land the shot and he gets nothing. It has to be a 2 HP ace, and they already know how low this man is. It will be 9-3. It will be a dominant defensive half coming out of Fnatic.
So there's no need to move. All of this control given by this one character means you've got 2 players B, you know, 2 mid if Sociable isn't running back to grab a bit of info. He now has. And we're 40 seconds on the clock, and you know Fnatic are basically in spawn. No rotates from NAVI.
Yeah, I feel like Sociable did well there to hold the flash as long as he did. I feel like that's why Fnatic were playing so deep, but instead, throwing that in, steps being made by Boaster on the other side of the map, and Sociable's just gone walking back into the fence. I don't know what's going on. Like, NAVI players today have just decided to, I don't know, maybe twerk for opponents, just go in backwards every time. Ruxic's done well, but they have, I swear Boaster made noise in the heavens. I guess they're just forgetting the spots that people have gone past. Like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he walked, but I could have sworn he made steps heaven on B.
I don't know if Andy can chef up
I'm hoping I'm wrong, because if he just walked it, fair enough, but also kind of not.
I mean, honestly, listen, on that stage, white noise in your ears, I'll even forgive missing a sound cue. But if you give up mid, and 20 seconds later, someone, you know, walks backwards, like Michael Jackson moonwalking into that angle, I can't forgive that. That's a very tough one to forgive. Big mistake being made there, and well, Hero, try as he might. This round is not going to him. Double digits landed for Fnatic and NAVI right now. They also, it's not like you could say, well, but if they went B-Heaven, we would have got them. No, you wouldn't. You didn't. A crazy strategy.
Who needs mid? It's funny as well because Angel is the guy who plays mid more than anyone else. So it's kind of mad.
That's so true.
Like, well, you saw his reaction.
His whole identity is based around mid control.
You saw him leaning back on the chair.
His team gave up both sides of mid and just pretended it didn't happen. Yeah, sometimes it's hard not to laugh. And this is one of those times, I'll tell you that.
You laugh or cry. Like, I've learned from Geis this year. You either either you get really annoyed,
stress, brother. Just enjoy the ride.
Yeah.
Enjoy the ride. And NAVI, they're taking us on a ride right now. I'll tell you that. And this is a low buy round, not one we expect much of them in. And 11-3. I mean, you can already start to put the numbers together. He's on the board! Congratulations,
let's just watch out for the rest of the round.
Let's shout POV. Here we go. This could be his big round.
We can say Pi is on.
Oh,
the 3-1-4.
Pi watch is on.
The 3-1-4.
Is it? But is he 1?
He's 1-13.
Okay. There's room. There's a real possibility, and actually already. Okay, let's be serious about this. There's damage coming in. It's a 3v3.
Spike planted.
And this is where Fnatic could take the foot off the gas. They could let NAVI back in. Nice shot by Kayak. And that starts to put a bit more confidence into the Fnatic side. Hero up top, Classic in hand, 64 HP in a 1v3. I think it's safe to say he's not getting away with much. And so 11 on the board for Fnatic.
Toxins going up.
I mean, if he gets it, yeah. If he got a ninja there, it would have been crazy. But yeah, 11-3. When you've already played it, you picked it, and then you make those mistakes in round 1 of the half.
Well, Althea has already rinsed Sociable. We spoke about some of the closer games that Fnatic have played, the loss that they took, and the need to warm up.
Spike planted.
Looking pretty warm. Looking maybe a bit too warm. Maybe cool down a bit, guys. Maybe save some of it for the later matches, because...
Think of the fans.
Yeah, you know. People want to see this version a little bit later on. People want to see you play all the best of 5. Well, that's not possible anymore. They want to see you play 2 of the best of 5s, but right now, they are cooking. Never mind. The comeback. Filu. That's what we wanted to see on the retake. They've managed to make it work.
And I'm excited to see how he can grow into this roster. That round there from him, perhaps a confidence builder. And for NAVI, genuinely setting the goalposts that you've probably lost this map. It's a long way back. But every single round you get is a reminder that the first half was just a blip on the radar.
But already getting the opener. This is also the half where you kind of expect Ruxic to have his impact. Being able to have that defensive side operator. Aggressive positioning being taken. A lurk left in Vakash to try and catch any rotators, but Fnatic always happy to sort of run that clock down a little bit low, start to play with the minds of the opponent. The fact that I'm currently watching Hero watch the spawn kind of says everything you need to know about how things have gone so far.
And even then, you saw Ruxic, he's watching it as well, because he's worried that they've already slipped
30
past
seconds left.
the effects of the pistol round, I imagine, at play in front of us. And with the man advantage, the last thing you want is to let them mosey on up behind you. I like this containment from NAVI. There's not too much of a risk. It's hard for Fnatic to punish players, except for the fact that one is down so close. 12 seconds back. It's Kayak's chance. Vakaj has one already, but with Kayak down the site, still has to be claimed. A shot from Ruxic. 4 seconds. Plant coming in. They've got time. But Ruxic just needs to interrupt that. And it's Filu from the top rope to take Crashies down. Nicely done by NAVI. Back to mid, back to A, trying to take advantage of the lack of players, but that flash has caught them. Now the info's there, Ruxic won't be moving, and a clean shot with an easy escape.
Yeah, he's so difficult to deal with, but having Sociable as his backup is definitely helping. Second flash through as well, knowing there's still players there. Vakaj has managed to win the fight in mid though. However, anything more is going to be difficult. The trap slows the remaining players. Fnatic to a halt. Boaster going back into middle, and he has managed to retrieve a rifle at least. That was the kill that Vakaj got moments ago, but Sociable is looking around. It's awkward, but he's dropped that gun back to the floor, leaving Crashies alone versus Ruxic, and well, that wasn't a fair fight at all. 11-6, Na'Vi starting to climb back into this one a little. If this is the continuation of the comeback for Na'Vi, or if Fnatic are going to put an end to this a little quicker.
Well, the ulti economy is really starting to heat up coming into this round. An orb or two in either direction. With a lot more tools to work with. Whichever side can manage to steal that away. Now Ruxic not going to overstay his welcome on that angle. No, actually he is. He goes back in. I thought he was going to back off to A
again,
and they'd steal some info, but instead he sticks on that A main angle. You then get the so they know no one's there. The flash goes out over towards B. You know there's players there. I mean, this is a great early round for Na'Vi in terms of the map control they're holding. And now they focus on a mid fight, spotting that it's clear. This is wonderful. I mean, they put all the pieces together. They should be ready for this B hit.
Yeah. Straight in though. Double ult. Backside, well, it's definitely going to be Cheng now. The spam bullets not quite doing enough. A lot of damage done, but Filu's able to trade one back. Both of the players within the site. Oh no! But Sociable, I don't even know what happened. He's just murdered everybody in front of his teammates' eyes. And well, Vakaj is probably just wondering what on earth happened. Where did everybody go?
Oh. Wonderful work. That looked like it was 2 bullets, 3 kills for Sociable. The showstopper, not much you can do about, but that right there.
Right. Knows. Like, Sociable's flashes always go in just as they take the space. Like, it's not like he's just throwing them in at the beginning of every round or like even at the same timing. It just seems like he's waiting until a moment where he goes, okay, we don't have info there, I'm going to use it. And it was the same in the last round, catching everybody outside B, then doing the work himself. Oh, okay, that's not pretty.
No, anything but. Especially a risk like that, you're up against pistols, you push mid, and now the weapons
He's only
recovered.
given a Vandal over to Alpha yet. Like, what could go wrong?
Oh, at least, I mean, unless Alpha drops that to someone else, there shouldn't be any danger here. Let's see if that ends up being the real story of the game. The wall going down gives Ruxic the angle, and already Alpha's going to be dropped, but Kayak managed to slip through and make it to the site. Sociable catches Crashies, and a good flash up top, but Vakaj there to bail them out. He'll be caught in the open though, leaving it onto an 8 HP Kayak, and not a snowball's chance in hell. This comeback from Na'Vi, a team that Na'Vi will get to set up with that same danger just a little bit later. That tour de force is going to be a constant threat in this round. At least for now, though, Kayak should be getting some free space for the squad.
Odin?
I hadn't.
I was about to say, Crashy says earlier about the Odin. Well, it's going to be Alpha here to feel death at the hands of Sociable. A very different look to the man that was throwing pop flashes a moment ago. And Shao, there we go. It's 3.15 instead. Not quite Pi, but at least seeing a little bit of a comeback until Crashies drops him and Ruxic. Now this starts to get a little bit dangerous.
30 seconds left.
It'd have to be Boaster to do something about this. They've still got the Cosmic.
Oh, Crashies.
See you later. To do it. Sociable wants this. The 3K from the Odin is calling him the Blast X on the site, boots on the ground, and a big swing from the whole squad. Booster! Oh, it was so close! The team that we know for the comebacks, for starting slow and always managing to keep themselves in it while they faced the comeback earlier on.
Yeah, that's BBL, right?
It was indeed.
Oh, he's back.
And it could be
back.
happening again. An opening duel for NAVI.
Oh,
Although Crashies gets a bit
yeah,
closer
no
than
way.
expected, Hero is always watching, and that's the spike down in their possession. Should be no real dangers here. They've lost the B site, but okay, one for Alpha. They don't know where Vikaj is. Yeah, okay, now they do. Headshot and another connection, yet still Ruxic
Gun here.
lives to tell the tale.
Yeah, and he's still healthier of the two of them.
Yeah.
Just pettiness. He's thrown the operator out of the map so they can't go and retrieve it. Okay, nice shots from Vikaj. Maybe there is a little bit to this. Alpha in a 1v2, 30 seconds. Yeah, they're going to know
30 seconds left.
roughly where he is. He's definitely going to know where he is now. But this crossfire should be one that's difficult to break down. Maybe he has a chance versus Filu, but he should be tucked into the angle, just waiting for the swing onto Hero. The second that swing comes through, it's even expected. But getting anything more is going to be difficult. Filu takes the fight. I don't think they're really going to care how they got there. If anything, it might give them a boost.
Blocking vision.
The Viper's Pit from NAVI will contain that mid presence. Alpha's going walkabouts. This is risky. It could be a double swing coming in, and Xiao is drawing Alpha's. Nice shot though. What a correction. But the double swing, it's too much. Xiao lands that shot. And the trade out now for Fnatic will send them towards the A site where they'll look for the space. The problem is what's waiting there. They have got the wall to cross at least, but Ruxic's given a chance here.
Yeah, Gate Crash was on the other side of the map. And when Kayak had the spike, I was thinking maybe they were going to switch it up because I'm looking at the late lurk coming through from Vikaj, but they didn't. 25 seconds, and they're going to try and make the run all the way back. But that's the bit I don't understand, is you might as well have left him with the spike.
Let him TP with it, yeah.
You are
I
divided.
guess just because he was pushing that bit forward up ramp, making noise. And look at
No one's there,
the success. Yeah, 4 players towards 3 on A, 1 in
10
mid.
seconds left.
Pit's about to fall, and you can get not only a lot of control deep in towards their spawn up into heaven, but that Viper's Pit. Now, rooting you out of this, that's going to be damn difficult for NAVI. We said that the comeback needed to be next to flawless. They could lose 1 round and keep themselves in it. Well, very well may be the round.
Yeah. Still, they got plenty of time. The spam's not far away from catching Crashies, and well, he's already gone. Ruxic done well to clear. But it's the Viper that's going to be the tougher of the two, the one that they need to remove, and Kayak is acting as a bodyguard. Boaster, well, it will be that Viper now dropped, but even still, Hero's just looking to try and clear him out of the backlines, and doing that won't be easy. And even once you've done it, we're going to split into the 1v1, but the round is already done. It is Fnatic to take it. A brilliant call, a late fake that fooled NAVI from this B main position. Just making sure they have the information, and with how much middle control is still currently on the board for them, they could quite easily have a couple of players here in a matter of seconds.
30 seconds left.
30 seconds, they're still in spawn. Noise being made by Vikaj. And it has kept players in this position. It's even pulled them back from mid. That fight on mid that would have went to Ruxic, would have at least had a challenge instead. He might be late to the party. No, he catches Boaster on the cross, and Kayak as well. NAVI, they are still drawing breath deep into this game. Xiao falling though could give the plant away. It could give Fnatic a fighting ground. The nade late, it will do damage. It might even take him down. Oh, barely surviving. Alpha, he's got himself a showstopper. They could end it here and now. Fnatic have been slow to start. They're 11-3 up at this half. It's been nothing but defeat. And in the final hour, they have stepped up. NAVI hit double digits, but Fnatic reached 13.
It's not the doubt that he can't play it, it's the doubt that he can play it better than Alfie.
Yeah, exactly.
Which, I doubt that of most people. Maybe other than LaRock.
There are big boots to fill.
Out of here.
Fnatic, attack side start. Hero has embedded himself in elbow, and they do not know. Not an eye cast in his direction. And a double tap looking for more as Alpha falls. And Hero eventually removed from the round, but his impact Oh, it's not going anywhere. Fnatic, 2 men behind and no ground really to speak of. Traded out for those losses.
Yeah, this one's going to be a difficult fight back, an opportunity, but Sociable not going to overplay his hand. Especially when they've got Ruxic locked in on the other side of the map, although he's got walkabouts again, an opportunity, but the shot's just not connecting for either of Brashies. 35 seconds up and coming on the clock, a full retreat giving time for Crashies, and there you go. There you go, got there in the end. A few extra shots towards Sociable and Ruxic now under pressure, a chance to turn this back into a 2v2 if they can isolate this man. And that is a big if.
That's a problem. NAVI are closing in like a net. Ruxic with a phenomenal shot. And a second to add to the tally. Nicely done. Where were you 643 days ago, Tom?
Probably commentating Valorant.
Probably commentating that match. Well, Fnatic not looking likely to take this one. All down to the pistols. Maybe a bit of a map exploration from them.
Judge. Felt like
yeah, Kayak almost got a kill somehow. That's a decent bit of damage done, but no weapons on the floor for NAVI just yet. And even if there was one, as long as Xiao's close enough by to pick it up, although he is on the B side, the potential for some damage. Oh, that potential's gone. Very nice stuff. NAVI with an in-zone flawless here in round number 2.
If I put him on Filu's roles, does he do a better job? Because at times, this guy has just popped off when given the sniper rifle, when given the opportunity to be aggressive. And that's exactly why you have him on this agent. A swap up of weaponry finds Xiao left with the Judge and Filu given the rifle. More Ruxic playing at the back of the bees. It is not great.
It's hard to watch. Like, divert your eyes. Oh, goodness. Boaster gets there in the end. A very valuable pick for Fnatic. Remember, this is a round they come into with advantages stacked up in their favor. NAVI have so many weaknesses, and despite damage onto Filu, they're still in a 4 versus 3. And Fnatic are completely spread out. The other problem is that they got the info on a player close on A, playing on that corner on the left, not the one that Xiao is on. The drone didn't see him. And the Judge sitting in that corner now strikes the element of surprise.
There we go.
By his side as Filu gets the double. NAVI find a 3-0 start.
Not a great sign for Fnatic, of course. This was the half versus BBL that they severely struggled on. That attack side was, what, 2 and 10 after a 9-3 defensive half.
Cutting through.
Ended up losing the map because of it. This time they have at least started off with a pick onto Sociable. But it's the rest of the players that have the rifles, and in fact, there's already a pincer coming in onto mid.
Poison's off.
Oh, careful.
Well, the spike's still inside main, but they're looking for that fight. Drawing eyes. Ruxic down means they're rotating in. Crossing by this angle that Xiao's currently on, where Boaster lurks and waits. Shot landing from afar puts him to a sliver of health. And that should be an easy cleanup for Boaster. Filu, the last man standing. He's been detected, he's been heard, and the rifle's being recovered across the board. This is far from an easy recovery on the round. 2, 3, now under his belt, but the ace will be denied in its early stages. 3-1 on the board.
Now at least very aggressive early start out from Filu, and it's a 1-for-1 trade.
I got the spike.
Do they keep pushing on that, though? I mean, look at the position Ruxic's gone for. Sent his decoy out and it was broken. Now he goes walking forward. They don't expect that. Why would they? Frankly, foolish move a lot of the time from Sociable, but that's exactly why it works.
Yeah, we saw it in the last map with the Sky Flashes. He's very good with timing, and you see it again. The perfect moment to re-peek, looking for a little bit more. An operator. Oh, we've seen this man do this many a time. A rotation already in from Ruxic, but he is somewhat isolated. Doesn't want to give the game away, doesn't want to give that 2v2 over to Fnatic. And is waiting for support.
Nice shot by Boaster, okay. Back to even footing. A smoke up. Oh, another player spotted as well. Valuable information. It's only Ruxic who's unknown, but he's wrapping around.
Player standing.
With Alpha finding that shot though, 1v1 after the pick. Ruxic's position now revealed. Alpha, yeah, ready and waiting for the jump up. The difference as well in warm-ups from those teams, honestly, like Navi were sat down there locked in, tech check and making sure everything's working. Fnatic, I think they went through like the Spotify top 100. They were singing away. Well, I was scribbling away up here earlier on, and the vibes always immaculate on that side of the stage, regardless of the score. For now, it's serving them well. Climbing back into this game, one away from NAVI, and an opening pick with Sociable punished on that mid-aggression. It's NAVI that are left with really the ball in their court to make a move. They don't have info. They're cleared mid now. There's no one there. But luckily for them, there are 3 players. 2 are in mid, so they're super close to this B hit. A lot more presence from the defense should be here than expected.
Hunter's Fury being used. Very aggressive position already, but Becca's just going to be taken out by Filu. A good flash to make that a little bit easier, and Hero caught on the cross. Leave Xiao alone. 1 versus 4. I don't think there's any
planted.
reason or rhyme to attempt this.
Gun here.
Now looking for the lead. With NAVI on a very patchy buy. That's the only rifle they have.
Yeah, shot connected by Ruxic though is almost gonna force them back into position. Xiao's aggression punished immediately, and the net being thrown out by Fnatic has done well to sort of stop a lot of what this defensive side wants to do. Like, you've got yourself a Neon Yoru. The expectation is you're going to have aggression. You're going to consistently try and push and pressure the map. And I think in some of the earlier rounds, Fnatic fell victim to that.
Deploying drone.
But as they go along, they've been better and catching some of these riskier positions, forcing players out. Thing is, the rotation, as you said, is coming because of that delay, and Sociable already 1 down and a second as well.
Yeah, Filu's the guy to get the second kill. That was your B player, by the way. They've now rotated in for the double kill. But space taken back elsewhere. You know, this shouldn't be a round that comes this close either way. There's now weapons recovered for NAVI. They came in with weaknesses, but a stack towards A and a Neon rotate on the other side. And basically, the entire squad was here. Now, you kind of expect the Viper's Pit to go down on B if you're NAVI. You think that Alpha's probably close. You saw the orb go on Crashies. Both site is the most likely scenario, but a missed shot. That's it. Oh, now the advantage gone. They needed to at least take this to a 2v3. NAVI can just run the numbers game.
Crashies, they know roughly where Alpha's going to be coming from, and he's already going to be cleared out by Ruxic. It leaves just 1 standing. Well, it's a bit more labored than he would have hoped for. A big round out from NAVI.
Who had sprinted all the way back around. Again, the benefits of having your Neon alongside your Yoru. You have not the only benefits, not even the main benefits, but faster rotations on the defensive side. And here, that translates to a round win for NAVI, and the lead staying in their favor, or rather going back to it after the tie-up earlier on. Now the B side under threat. Cosmic Divide in, dash in as well from Vakajan. And that backside hold from Ruxic doesn't last very long. Crumbling across the board are NAVI.
Yeah, really nice execute. One of the sort of things you've almost felt was a necessity was Ruxic being able to hold the line on this B site. We've seen it a lot with Vipers in any iteration of this map.
Yep.
It can be a very lonely. Oh, okay. Okay, that was nice. That was nice. I'll give him that.
What's the reason that there is a heartbeat to the matchup? The NAVI still losing that lead for the second time, but Fnatic yet to gain it. This could be where that all changes, though.
Who's next?
Sociable genuinely never changes. So aggressive, but not been forced off this time. Viper's Pit to the back of site. A lot of pressure being put on. Sociable has been able to find Althea. A big early pick. The Viper's Pit on the other side, gone out of the round, and finding this Viper's going to be so important. There was an opportunity for Vakaj, but that opportunity has faded. And with the spike still able to go the other way, I wouldn't be surprised if it does. Can Kayak get out of here, though? His gate crash is fading, and it is gone.
Yeah, he wants to take this fight. They know they got rid of the drone thanks to Crashy's spamming Hero as he popped that out, but the swing from Kayak into Filu. I tell you what, before today, I know who my money would be on in that fight, but Filu right now, he is on fire. And Fnatic, again, it seems, have been stopped. But he's not going to get offered the kind of fights he's looking for. NAVI are aggressive, sure, they pushed him in A main. They've got sociable in the spot that we're seeing him in right now.
Nowhere to run!
But he can always get out. And for, oh, wow, well, hold on. Hero almost getting taken out. I was going to say that's a problem for Fnatic, is that there's not any picks really available to them without just heads-up fights. That was very nearly won, but Hero's still alive on 70.
Oh my! He's really feeling it right now. An opener onto Boaster. Smoke's dissipated. 45 seconds left, and they're walking into what is still a fairly stacked up side. A nice shot from Kayak, though. That's sociable gone. Still 2 remain. Xiao trying to move over to the back of the site, has the support of Rooksik, and Rooksik's done well. Vekash walking with knife out, not expecting a second player to be here. In fact, though, the attack are going to try and double back, but they're going into the man at the moment, almost lines them up, and just looks to get out of there. Alpha, yeah, with 20 seconds, he needs to just run it straight towards Filu, who's holding the angle, even trying to bait the shot, but Filu does not miss.
It's been awful so far. So this is a much-needed confidence boost.
I would say last week.
Man.
Other than that, he was average.
Yeah, he was all right.
Okay. Once again, Sociable's gone. We've heard the rumors of Scrim Filu. Potential Filu. And I think we're finally getting to witness it. This time, though, Boaster will shut him down. Xiao low, but still holding on to life, clinging to the site. Shot darts flying past that eventually Althea will clear him. It's the low buy rounds where Fnatic have seemingly been able to do far more than they should. And now the other star operator player on the other side, Boaster, with a chance. Crashies finds a rifle.
Blocking.
The Brashies duo didn't make it to the top of the tower in Mini's ratings, but we'll see if they can do it this time. They're just about surviving still. Holding on to life. Boaster going back for a little more. This time he lands a shot, but the trade is there. And it's going to be the Sovas facing off the doppelgangers against each other with only one standing in the end. They're wrapping around each other, and Hero's got the time against him, but he'll still land the immediate headshot.
8-4 possible on a map that, especially with Navi losing their pick to start this, I didn't have a lot of faith in them coming into this. Certainly in the last map at 11-3, I didn't have a lot of faith in anything on Breeze.
Well, we'll see about their attack side, I guess. Okay, Hero. Okay! I guess if just spam the angle and they walk in, it gets easy. Nice work from Althea. Hero, well, you could tell. He's like, all right, this might be my round, but a fair bit of damage done. Doesn't want to overdo it. Hunter's Fury sent through. Boaster on a bit of an off angle has managed to clear one, but just before the Cosmic Divide goes up, he falls and leaves just 2 standing. Viper's Pit for Alpha gives them some space, but also locks them in, and Hero has managed to take him out.
The shock didn't land, at least. Alpha on the Viper. Well, it's a good thing he's not the Jet. Otherwise, he wouldn't have a chance at this clutch. On the site, orb up. He's going to cross out of the pit, looking to take this fight deep, but the AWP is holding. Feeler with the patience paying off.
The Boaster was still the IGL of whatever team he was on at the time. Nonetheless, we are back in. A pistol fairly important for Fnatic on their map choice. I was maybe expecting them to pick the Abyss. There you go. Finally, a little bit of magic from the Kaj Jet. Not seen much from it so far. Kayak, oh, hello. He's definitely spotted his opponent. That one didn't seem too difficult for him.
Spike down, B.
No, it didn't seem too difficult for anybody on Fnatic there.
Rather than having, I think it was the Sage in last time, which, okay,
yes,
that adds a lot of delay on the defense. Like you can have, the slows are still fantastic. Like the wall can also section off angles, but I do think that this is where I think firstly Kayak can thrive a little more, get that operator in hand, get up in face, still teleport out of there, as he's doing right now. Thank you very much for the example. And also then, like, what we can see from Vekaj as a similar thing on the other side of the map. So I think that they're still going to be deadly on the defensive side, and I think it would be foolish to get too far ahead of ourselves and say, like, oh, this is done.
Without a doubt, yeah. It's the beginning of the second half, and still, well, some promise. NAVI trying to pick on backside. Numbers back to even. Still weaponry advantage for the defensive side.
Isolated.
Patience as well coming out of Crashies. Alpha holding his own. Crashies lands that flank control, and Filu and Hero now have to hold that back sight as the rifles descend. Alfier thirsty for blood, and Alfier and Zeus's. And they both own it. Fnatic have Vekaj moving towards the doors. He's heard them though. He knows that they're en route, but this shot, oh, it proves to be easy to start with. Decoy catches him fully though, blinded up. He is dealt with. Kayak has managed to put a spanner in the works. Coming up behind them now, meaning that Sociable's essentially trapped in a corner. The team tries to float out to help him. Nice connection by Xiao, trading headshots with the Bulldog from Boaster. The shock dart almost took him down, but NAVI not ready to relinquish control of the round just yet, as Sociable finds himself a triple.
39 kills in one of the maps last year. Like, the guy really is a jack of all trades and a master of most, which is a very rare thing to have, and his Yoro has started off well. Of course, this is where we see the operator in hand, going to be in the hands of Vekaj, so as said, a little bit more freedom potentially for his teammate, and as his teammate dissipates back, he's managed to find that opening pick.
Mentioned as well, Vekaj having that tough first half. It was like 2-8, 2-9 at some point. It was really hard, but that is again what awaits Filu a lot of the time. They swap sides. Now that NAVI take that attack approach, Filu not posted on the angles. Instead, he'll be swinging into them for now at least, though. Posted on mid, waiting for Crashies to make a move, and he steps into the angle. Drops Crashies immediately. The element of surprise paying off tenfold as Kayak tries to, make his way up behind them. Thread the needle, and well, I thought he was getting more than just a one, but the numbers stay even. And for Fnatic, I expect them to wait to try to take the retake together, but Alpha can't help himself. Gets in there and puts the advantage firmly into Fnatic's court.
It's safe to say that he is feeling it right now, and well, a little bit ahead of the curve again. That's given Hero an opportunity. A Bulldog, and then, of course, an Operator. Not the ideal retake weapons, but they get faced by NAVI. This is a tough round for the defense to get anything, especially with the patience of NAVI grouping up, leaving one lurker just in case there's a mid push. Xic does have to be a little bit careful. They are walking up on him. He's very well aware of the angles though. Doesn't give anything up. In fact, even being surrounded, yeah, Sociable with the sniper's not going to miss that one. A very big advantage in this round, and well, not exactly the weapon you'd want to have for Boaster if you've just lost mid.
No, I don't think he's going to be taking that fight on range, but ratting in the corner is just perfect. Drone didn't see him, but he has been spotted by Sociable. And even with the damage done, converting that to a kill will be a tough task. Alfier even used the Viper's Pit this round towards A main. That's now fallen. So for NAVI,
1v5 Bucky retake on B.
I mean, it's a big economic builder, but also the fact that, well, okay, there's a pick. Or not. Cool.
Kayak's Dimensional Drift online. I'm a little bit nervous. When you see the attack side on this map, especially with the Hunter's Fury, just makes those executions so much cleaner. Filu taking that space, knowing that that disruption is likely to come through from him in just a moment. And for Boaster, if they use that ult, there's going to be a tough hold. They're just walking out there. In fact, they just have faith in Filu to do the damage himself. Walked out. Boaster's already been spotted. Now he's completely surrounded. Nowhere left to go. And I was thinking, okay, Hunter's Fury is going to be great for the take. Well, it's even better in post.
I think they actually almost baited out because they have it, because they took such a fast early approach. I was waiting to hear the sound cue called.
Yeah. And it was in a team where, as I said, like, he's a piece of a puzzle, not needing to be the star. Sociable already, Ultimate online. The path is set. The Dimensional Drift clearing out angles. Now, Boaster has been a little bit cheeky, a little bit sneaky, trying to find a way to get the opener. He's now got quite a few players behind him. He didn't even know. He didn't know they stuck the angle. Probably expected them to just TP out of there. Instead now, Crashies has at least found one, but with a massive disadvantage. The beams of the Furies going past each other with a target potentially met, and actually it was almost two, and there is that second.
That's all come crashing down for Fnatic. Is NAVI seem to have map 3 locked in, and there it is, 13-6. Although in the rifle rounds there'll be a lot of information, even just off of the bots that they can send through on Filu and Hero. Not quite a feature here, but we do see Sociable still has that flash, and I don't know if this is going to be kept to actually fight for space, or if very soon, I imagine it will be sent for information, although that information has just come in a much cheaper form.
Again, that time is ticking. Kayak, though, with his second opener.
Here.
It leaves Ruxic under immense amounts of pressure. Prowler being put through just to try and bait them into thinking it's the other side, and he's going to have to go absolutely ham, and he gets nothing. Vekaz back on the Viper, back on Comfort, it seems. And while, yeah, I was going to say that, but there's going to be a salvo or two, but they can just wait.
Yeah. I mean, you might as well throw your one out. You get it for free at the next round, but... Oh, goodness! Okay, Hero's got one and some damage, but that's all there is to write home about. 4 more players need to be dropped. It won't be a flawless round, but I doubt it's going to be one that the flaws will live to haunt them in. 1-0 for Fnatic. But expect nothing different here.
It's funny because the way that this veto has gone, I expected Split to be the third map. I expected maybe the Fnatic would pick Abyss because it's been such a strong map for them. And then I thought the Bind might even be the pick of NAVI, with even though they had a rough performance versus Mates. I still think it's a map that we hadn't seen from Fnatic, but obviously if you go off history, we know that this has always been a comfortable map for any Boaster squad. A map where, well, I think if you look at any Viper lineups, we know where they came from. Hello. That's an easy one for Kayak. And the A site. Well, I will say the only risk is if they catch Crashies. That was about it. They do have a nice flank coming in and maybe a nasty surprise. He's reloading. Oh dear. That's not great. A second kill comes through, but Boaster's trying to. But that's a spike on the ground. They have managed to retrieve it at least, and obviously Sociable's so low, but even still, this is far more damage than I was expecting.
Yeah, far more damage than they should have gotten away with, especially when they don't find Crashies and force that fight back towards mid. A lot of players caught off guard, and a heavy price tag on this round already. It won't get any more costly.
For NAVI, it's going to be pretty important to get off to that strong start. We saw this defensive side look pretty good in their initial matchup. A decent trade to start, though. For the squad in black and red, or black and orange, sorry. And we'll see if they can turn that into something. Ruxic has had a bit of a slow start here. They're going to need him on this side of the map.
I'll find you.
Alpha's just taking the top spot, didn't go all the way to truck, and it's a good thing. You can see that Hero and Ruxic were holding that, waiting for him to pop in and give a pick away. But a more passive stance from Fnatic after they take that initial map control, as TP is going to be taken other side of the map. And in fact, Xiao, he's wrapping over through bathroom. He's going to be cut off on this rotate because Alpha is still waiting. But is he looking the right way? He is. We cut to him as Xiao's head is cut clean off, and the double fake for Fnatic has worked wonderfully.
Yeah, still yet to get to the side.
30 seconds left.
With such deep control, again, they've got an extra salvo to try and buy them a little bit of extra time. But I feel like this is something that, yeah, Fnatic, they've got enough time. They're not running it as low as maybe in the past. There's a chance that the special delivery could deliver a kill, but instead, it's Althea once again. There's a reason we wanted him on the duelist, on the Raze. We know what he can do. Hero's done well, though. In fact, even doubles up, and Sociable's on a late flank. Seems like he was maybe expecting someone a little bit closer. The flash has given the game away. I know exactly where he stands, holding the angle. Bear in mind how low Alpha is. He could be spammed out of the box, and the cross being held, but it's Althea all day long.
Is that this is something that will take time to build to its highest level, and especially for Xiao, who, again, has been in that system for a long time with Angel, who's been led by him on the server. Now, having that coach teaching you how to lead in the same kind of system, it's beneficial, but it will cut down the amount of time. It won't erase it.
No. Oh, okay, nice shot from Xiao. We've seen this a couple of times throughout the series so far, the slow start of a team and then the pistols, the low buys, bailing them out. And again, with how slow Fnatic likes to play, they're going to try and sell this ruse once again. This time, though, the rotation hasn't been baited. In fact, no, it's the orbital strike. Time being brought further. A nice shot from Kayak, though, will clear out one of the players here. Xiao already taking immense amounts of damage, and he's not going to survive. The danger slowly dissipating. Hero on site will lose his life to Vekash as well. And although the time started to get a little low, things started to get a little dangerous. Fnatic have stabilized.
It was only it was an easy kill in towards Hookah to start with, but the fact is, the headshot was landed anyway, so it didn't matter the lack of shields in play. Really nice stuff. One player falling in the form of Alfier. Showstopper on for the next. Vekash one away from being the same. He's the one to hunt this one down. Not being the same, I suppose he won't have a Hunter's Fury or a Showstopper, but will have himself a nice little pit to play inside of. You know, it's unlikely it's a B stack after that. You're thinking about at least one or two, and there it is. Well. They've spotted them both out. Both players seen. Kayak will take space on the site now on front. Shorty in hand. Players covering from further back. 50 HP left to play with, and a double connection. Huge trade for Alfier. And the nade sent through does damage onto Hero. A pit locked in, and well, it might be costly. They're putting a lot on the line, but if NAVI don't go for the save, they will lose everything in this round. Their economy will be in the bin, and Fnatic will have a easy start to this map. They have no choice but to run for the hills and give this one up. Valuable note.
Fortunate timing. 5-0. Economy booming, and wow, a much faster looking take. Alpha over the top. Kayak's already made it to the back of the site. Hero's been dealt with. Rooksik trying to fight forward, and he succeeds. Can he get out of there? No, the C's has grabbed him, but there's no one to capitalize. He will live to tell the tale. This is where Fnatic can build that post plant, though. Snakebite, Molly, available. It's about clearing those players out quick.
Yeah, here comes though Showstopper, the big problem, and it's called Crash. He's right away. Vekash and Boaster, 2 versus 4. Boaster swinging backside. What a shot! Great connection. And Molly going to be sent through, but the wraparound should prove to be too much. An isolated fight for Vekash, though. And the Molly buying him time. Orb, oh, the orb hasn't landed, but it might even give him a way out. With a snakebite in hand, he can make this very dangerous indeed. He goes marching forward, snakebite landed, Rooksik forces the fight, but falters, and Fnatic keep pushing forward, 6-0 now.
Oh, that's insane. He has a lineup for the top of the box. That's crazy.
Yeah, you don't? Come on.
No, I didn't know.
You can't play this game. This is why we don't have Alpha on the Viper on this map. He doesn't have the lineups. That all makes sense. Jesus, you've got to be so mad if you lose a round like that. For NAVI, I mean, they probably don't even realize how ridiculous that is. They saw it from his POV. But a 4 versus 3.
Why didn't Rooksik just block that one?
Pistols in play. Rifle for Rooksik. He's on the right side at least, but how much you getting done unless there's a big pick coming in, and well, actually the pick was onto Rooksik, the man with the rifle, so. Hey, look, next round they've got a lot to work with, at least for NAVI. They've got ultis, they're gonna have credits back, but a 7-0 start, man. This is getting to be too steep a hill to climb. Well, Kayak was asleep. Go back out, go back out.
Go back to sleep.
You got this,
Back to sleep.
He's just hiding.
To be honest, like,
oh, don't knife him. Oh, Vekash. Oh, don't you dare. Don't you. Vekash, no! 7-0! Stylish indeed. 7-0 start. And for NAVI, hope is waning. Oh my goodness. The light is looking very dim indeed.
What are we doing? Guys, this is to keep you in the middle bracket, stop you going to the lower bracket. I'm watching a man wiggle his vandal on a corner that a guy might be on.
We're 2 series away after this one from one of these teams being in Santiago, and we're wiggling rifles at them. All right. We'd love to see it.
Oh, well, there is the Wiggler. Alpha has already managed to find one. Trade out. Ultimates, they were built up into this round. A chance now to try and deny them at least the additional space, but they have avoided it. And, well, unlike Fnatic, they've actually got plenty of time.
At the moment, Hero is watching for the flank, watching for a player coming through that pit. But he's about to be spotted. Now they know that he's up close. He'll step back just a moment, but the Seize goes in. 1 HP. A spam will be enough. The reveal doesn't catch him. No, Crashies doesn't know that he had a player dead to right. But still, those defenders need to push on forward. They have thinned the herd down to just Vikash. And my goodness, he's got a lot of utility coming his way. There's no way NAVI are letting this one slip up. No room for error. As a 7-1 scoreline, finally, NAVI are on the board. 7-1. Fnatic, could this be the start of the downfall, the crumble? NAVI bouncing back. Well, not if Vikash has anything to say about it. This is nasty. They've just lost the round, and their response is to fully freeze and wait. That smoke's going to fade pretty soon. Flash has caught by Vikash! Oh my God, he's got two! Blinded up in that corner, and okay, he might have overheated a bit, but you know what? I'll take it. He should have been dead.
To be fair, I don't think he expected a third player to even be there once they pushed all the way far down. Filu, he's in no man's land, looking for a pick, and it's a save. Surely it's a save. I had 2v4 when they have a post-plant Brim ult. All right. Okay,
that's not a free salvo.
You're gonna. That's bought you.
Now he's running away.
4 seconds. There you go.
He just
wanted them to plant at 37. That's his favorite number.
There we go. Did the math. Tom, you're really on a tear today.
Yeah.
You know what? We're going to take Mini off the desk. We're just throwing you in.
Clutch is one. Everything you'd expect to see from Fnatic. And while Brooksy, okay, he's just going to swing it. He's feeling like an alpha. Oh my goodness, there's no way he survives that. That's how, and also a TP from Xiao.
Oh, no.
He's gone in to try and help and has ended up as part of the deficit. Now Sociable, this fight versus Alfia ends up being everything. He needs to try and hold some ground, and in fact, Hero's already running his way back. Boaster gives him an angle, but that was a spike. He needs to just get out of there.
Yeah, he's made it back around through long, but ready to burst out of spawn until that Molly blooms was Sociable. No flashes left to fight his way out. The dog sent through instead, but it's already being caught. The snake bite used to buy some time, but the flank up by Hero only spotted now. He's found one, and now Fnatic know they're surrounded on all sides potentially, but the group up in spawn actually gives the advantage to NAVI for a moment. Nade and Salvo sent through, but Vikash easily repositions. Showstopper now sent his way. They don't know where he is. A single bullet will be enough, but Filu fires the rocket just before fading out of the round, and by another narrow margin, NAVI have a round.
Smoke's down.
An interruption from the defense. Dimensional Drift sent through. Kayak, nice spot of both these players on long. The utility is going to be fired in, and only the one. Sociable's able to get out of there as well. Numbers stay in favor for the defense, and Hero! A triple, as he was the last defender on that B site, but it did not fall.
A standoff, a Western, but with slightly more higher firepower weaponry.
Yeah, I don't think they had scopes
or
like
they've
that.
disconnected, but I don't think so.
No, it's a game of patience, or maybe a game of chicken. For Filu, he has to worry about his back when his execute comes through, but he's got 2 teammates close by to cover him. So not as much of a worry on his shoulders. Showstopper sent in as Alfia takes down Ruxic, but the rest are caught back. The utility keeping them at bay. Where was Hero going? He saw Boaster there. He knew he was stuck in the corner. Filu pulls this back to 3 on 2. What a set of shots that may just have given NAVI the chance. That pit goes wide, but it could fall any moment now. He did just run in there with an op, didn't he?
Yep. There's a risk. There's a big risk. Maybe thought the Viper was planting, but that risk hasn't paid off. Sociable Round the edge, still has a flash to play with a pop flash in here, and Crashy's gone. It would leave a 1 HP player on the other side. The barrel got spotted. He saw the gun, and now Crashy is behind both of them. The first one is free, and he just goes back. Xiao is chasing shadows. He's looking for the man lurking in the darkness, trying to find an opponent. The molly is going to be revealed if he waits any longer, and Vekash on 1 HP will convert the half. Vekash just being so impressive once again, showing that this pickup wasn't just a random player chosen. There's always thought behind it individually. He's been sublime. Starting to agree with us as well that maybe he should play more Viper.
Yeah, that was a breath of fresh air for Fnatic. 4 players towards A to start. Not much spotted. Presence now on B. Oh, they've read it. They don't like what they saw on B. They think that was a fake, and they're dead right. The spike has already made it here, but they're ready to burst out. I think they're going fast, yeah. The Yoru flashed through, backside already claimed back. The nade has pushed them in towards lamps. For now, at least, Fnatic have got a foothold to pounce from.
That's a must-win pistol for NAVI, and with that spike ticking in their favor, and even the HP advantages, you feel like this has to be one that goes their way. Sociable, oh, he's surviving in the corner.
They won't know.
They should have seen that he was caught, though. The siege should have caught him, so they should know that he's in this corner. In fact, a couple of kills coming up. Make that a third. Alfia was well aware. Leaving Hero and Ruxic, that time is ticking so desperately fast. Somebody needs to get on it, and they need to get on it now, and there just isn't enough time. The deadly duo strikes again in the post plant.
Just about found his mark for the 3rd or 4th time through that smoke in the end. Well, that's quite a response. I didn't see, what weapon did he have? What just got dropped on the floor? Not sure if it's anything worth fighting for. Either way, Fnatic won't go for it.
No, I would assume, based on them having 3 rifles, that it was a pistol.
You would think so.
That would be my gamble. I'm pretty sure it was. And they have to go back in that direction anyway to pick up the spike. So, yeah, not seeing anything collected. Definitely a nice shot to start. Oh, hey, a couple more going back in the other direction. Of course, expectations from Fnatic in this round are almost 0. But for NAVI, it's all about keeping 3 players and the 3 guns alive. Sociable is isolated. That's the only nervous thing. He was just waiting to catch anybody going for that orb, and he's even spotted the last player as well. So they can now freely go in another direction. They might not want to now, though, because that is a gun on the floor.
Decoy.
Does he just chuck it?
I like this.
Oh, he's just going to leave it.
Kayak's going to put that decoy through, make him think he's going for the TP. I mean, you know you're up against the Yoru, but it could work. The angle opens the door as well, so they're worried. But yeah, the step pattern, it all seems a bit too obvious, and immediately they abandon that position, playing much more passive and waiting for the actual play to come through. Even then, I think he could have went TP and walked around a short with only a couple extra seconds, so NAVI do very well to avoid those dangers. 9-5, halfway already gone. And the thing is, I thought maybe he'd run down B long and see that it's clear, flash out of the smoke, do the TP. Instead, they're going to be a little bit later, and I like this. He goes into the TP. Kayak can just gate crash into heaven now, but causes problems as they think about that bathroom control being taken over. NAVI have more ground to worry about, but with Crashy's down, that's going to help him get the spike planted.
Aggressive in their post spawn as well, trying to just defeat anybody in front of them. And that's the Filu we knew from last map. He said about, like, you might watch players who have decent stats in games, like in officials, and when watching Filu, he saw him play like very, very well in their practices.
That they need it, that growing into this year, they could sprout into something beautiful, but the reality is, hey, they're not that far away from taking this series and progressing on in this middle bracket Ruxic. This is an angle that Fnatic should be ready for. But, well, there's not much you can do to ready yourself for that.
Yeah, hey, a few bullets shot and you kill off Kayak and Alfia, you take it. You take it all day long.
Good deal.
And now they look to rotate back towards the other side of the map. Crashy's there. Bandit in hand. The rifle now on Boaster. It's something that they'll be able to repurchase into the next round anyway, so at least looking to try and make this one a bit more costly, not allow the economy to go too crazy, because if you look at NAVI, it's already through the roof. And they will manage to get a couple. Anything more, though, unlikely and impossible. I'm not seeing the vision just yet.
Give up. Yeah,
Right.
okay.
And you got the Tiger going
First
through.
three.
Gonna clear. Smoke to the back of sight. Showstopper. Okay.
Yes.
So you need to have the showstopper. It's popped towards a player that's
Got
very
nothing.
far away. Die.
Spike planted.
Hero kill
I've got
everyone, but
your
they don't have
trail.
hero on Giants. That can't be the play.
That's true. It could be the anti-Giants play. Heroes their kryptonite. Okay, here we go. Kayak's on his way through, clearing out all this space. Spotted Sociable already. That's one on his radar. Second player needs to find. They need that information. He doesn't spot him. Okay, so now hiding in the shadows are NAVI, and they're striking from them too. Boaster gets onto the site, but a problem with the salvos going through. Heroes bought them valuable time as it keeps on ticking. Fnatic need to get on that spike. They need to buy a little bit more time for themselves, force those fights halfway! Boaster's got the first! He might just have this! The shots don't land though! Heroes there to save the day, and the clock was against them anyways.
Hot start to a map. Gave them some space, gave them a little way back in. And now NAVI are back at the races, popping off individually, having those same clutch moments. Okay, goodbye, Rooksik. Sleep well. At least until next round. Going back for a little bit more. Okay, Filu. To be honest, to go for the same fight, it's risky. It's bold. But it has worked out. Managed to get rid of Althea, who was the man with the Guardian. I'm sure that will be picked up. There you go, into Kayak's hands. But still, they've got a wide net spread. 3 players looking like they're posturing towards B. And in fact, the 4th of Hero is going that way as well.
Go for the walk-up on Fnatic. The timing here, I think they'll be a little slow, but it depends on Hero. He could get caught here. And in fact, he sticks around. He's catching them instead. The trap sprung. And a man with ult and salvos to play with doesn't need any of that utility belt, cleaning up at least the first 2. They've rotated around to the A side, so he'll be on his way back. He'll have a third fight, but I think, thought it would be an execution. He's turned back just in time. Well played by Hero.
Obviously dissipated. Chow's on away. But it definitely looks like a much better opportunity for Fnatic. With Kayak ready and waiting to catch on the cross. He hit the shot, and that's enough to help out his teammate, and the second player's not so lucky.
Yep. This should be the round wrapped up neatly in a bow. And the question now for Fnatic is, will they lose anybody? The convincing performance. Kayak wants those orbs. He's hungry, running it down with the op, and a third in this round for him. And in-zone flawless as well. Making a move towards B, and normally you see this gank crash for the rotation, right? But here it's a passive fallback, so it means that rotate's going to be much, much slower from Kayak. He can't get to the B side to help out, and they don't have any real info on B either. I imagine we might even see them attempt the retake, unless they're going to just hold their ground individually. Orbital strike already sent through. I'm quite surprised that it was deep to delay towards Hookah, but those rotates are going to take so long that NAVI just have to wait the util, and now they play more or less the same except they would have. A safe corner for Boaster at least, and the catch has made it to the site.
Yeah, he's now the cross held by Alpha. Early trade. That catch desperately low. And they picked off a low Boaster as well. It's all starting to fall into place for NAVI. The remaining 2 have a decision to make. The credits there, sort of, but that operator might not necessarily be an option. And with 4 players standing, you almost feel like there needs to be an immediate pick, an immediate mistake. Oh, that was the opportunity. Sociable to 4 health. That's the second time Kayak's been a little bit unlucky not to get a kill, but I almost feel like it has to just be the operator save. Take something back with you. It's just the timing for Crashies. If he throws away his gun, he might lose his life for it.
It's time to go. And he's looking for a little bit more damage. He wants those picks, he finds them, and now to flee for the hills. I think he's made it. And nicely done.
Toxins going up.
Oh, still a lot of presence outside of B.
Toxin screen down.
Doesn't look like that's the idea for now.
Got the
They crash back to A if they need it, but with that pit up, I don't think Should be too much of a challenge there for a while. 50 seconds on the clock.
I've
And
got
Navi
your
have shown
trail.
the willingness to play this a little bit slower, but not quite to the degree that Fnatic have. The push now coming in, but Kayak finds the opening. Hero stepping in through the smoke has already landed two. That's the B site completely under their control thanks to Hero. Bakaj will try to make this more costly for Navi, but the late play by Ruxic has shut him down. They knew he was there with the TP giving away the Q, and honestly, I'm surprised to not see a save already, but they're going to go for this. A 2v4, now a 2v3. Kayak's up, could get them right back into this, but Hero again lands a big round. That's his third of this, and Navi's lead as a result.
And have fallen back, are playing patient, especially after the pause. And already decent info. Pushing forward is not going to give anything over. Hero once again toppling a Fnatic foe.
This time Fnatic with so many weaknesses, already losing a player as well, and a showstopper to fall back on. Honestly,
Over here.
they need to get rid of that in this round. Otherwise, Navi have two chances to close this out. With a big ult coming in right off rip. This game could slip away from Fnatic's grasp. This series, this head-to-head that Fnatic as a roster haven't lost since back when Leo played, back when Artis was on this Navi roster. Completely different time, and Angel, the only time they could take down Fnatic over 600 days ago. And now he steps into the coach slot, and it seems to make all the difference. They are just one round away, unless Poster has the round of his life, from locking in a 2-1 victory over Fnatic.
I'd say that maybe he's having a standout performance versus an ex-team, but he's done this every week. He's done this every game. It hasn't mattered whether they won, whether they lost. Hero has been on point. He's found that consistency. And now they need just one of the next two.
Fnatic were 3 for 3 in matchups last year, up against Navi. Not looking to let it slip as Kayak drops Hero. 2 rounds to get to OT, and Fnatic already putting their best foot forward to start this one.
Left.
30 seconds on the clock, and the wraparound from Alpha should lock this round in for good. It's a freebie, and he even doubles up. One more chance for Navi before overtime. They've got the credits for it, that's for sure. But that valuable showstopper,
10 seconds left.
not in play anymore.
Oh, nice shot from Xiao, but I think the next one's going to be a bit tougher. 12 to 11. If they were to get them or find a kill here or there, for Kayak, he can play a little bit more sparingly. Speaking of sparingly, look how far Ruxic went!
That was an early bit of aggression. Kayak as well with the same, going back in, but Alpha, oh, he's tucked in the corner. That showstopper, it's going to be popped right here, and now! And the connection only gets one! It looked like so much more was possible. He can't even fall back. Kayak's missed a shot, and they broke his gate crash. A 3 versus 2 now, just moments ago. This looked like Fnatic had guaranteed themselves an OT. We're moments away from it, but now the Cash and Crashies, they have to get in there and defuse the spike, and Filu, on a tear of a game, has slipped away from the site. An uphill battle in this retake. Vakash has had one hell of a game. They have no info.
Prowler finds nothing. Reveal still available. Vekaj will be the first point of contact. He spotted the head, but the same for his opponent. Here's the steps back. But that time has been ticking for quite a while. They need to get a move on. Crash is only just making it into the site. They were waiting for the Viper screen, hoping that that could give them a little bit of a break. The spam through hasn't managed to deny it. In fact, they're just trying to stick it all the way, but it has been stopped. They need to get back on it. They need to do it now, and they've done it at the last second. Faith in Crashies to hold the line. And boy, did he hold the line. Navi, they had that victory in the palm of their hand, 0.9 of a second. And now they have to fight back once again. But Ruxic, that fight starts with a Vekash death. I'm sure he'll be happy with that after the last round. But there will still be a plant. And a very aggressive position for Alpha here.
Yeah, he's up in heaven. And they've pushed all the way into the spawn, swapping positions completely with the defense. And the thing is, for NAVI, you know, you're about to burst out of bathrooms, come in through short, you think that you'll have the element of surprise. You think about those close corners that you need to clear. Not often will you focus your sight so far back. Alpha, he's already got the opening, but that just brings them back to a 4-on-4. So he wants more. Back out with another. Alpha puts them into the lead in terms of numbers. Molly down, buys a bit of time too. A nade online with that second kill, and that means even more delay, even more damage. Xiao's almost gone down to it, and then the salvos come in, and then the cavalry arrives. Fnatic 13-12. 13-12. 9-3, I thought Fnatic are going to win this game for sure. 12-10 to NAVI. I thought NAVI's got this, and now here we are fighting for survival on that attack. And Sociable already claiming the first life. A step in the right direction. Another OT needed for NAVI.
That Sociable's had to flash back the other direction. I don't know if he will have expected this deep control to have been claimed. But he's definitely being careful of it. That second flash, I said, he's always been good to hold it. He's holding the angle, but lost the fight. Boaster will take him out, level things up once again. As they back up towards the other side, this is where Vakash will be under some pressure. And actually, Alpha,
Prowler didn't see anyone.
The Prowler, I think, did it catch him?
I don't think so. I'm fairly certain it ended right at that corner. Hero has flown under the radar. They have no idea that he's here, and they won't think about it for a few seconds. This is a free double for Hero. In the pulse of NAVI, it doesn't go quiet just yet. Boaster, I think this would be a play to remember. A play that would haunt Angel's nightmares as he watches from the coach booth. But even with the first, so much more needed. Another will get Orbital Strike online.
Yeah.
And he
No
has a
smokes,
molly,
though.
but it's in the wrong spot. Indeed, no smokes is quite the issue. And a shot to the head locks in another OT. This game ain't done yet. Hero's 2 away from
Toxin screen down. Here.
pushing that bar up maybe more than a few notches, depending on how long this one goes.
Well, 13-13. Fnatic have had their fair share of overtimes. On NAVI, this is their first. The pressure placed. Hero being hit by everything, but still standing. Xiao under serious pressure, but he's gone down to the snakebite instead. Even still though, Hero may have been hit by every piece of utility under the sun, but he'll still take down Alpha here, and the reposition is wonderful. NAVI reclaim the lead. This is another attempt to close. They've
Locating targets.
struggled to do that thus far. We're moments away, less than a second away in regulation. While that time is ticking down, pressure being put onto Hero, but I'll be honest, I want to avoid that guy, but there's still another Turkish superstar that's caught them on the other side of the map. Vakash, though, that's going to be the spike down. Sociable needs to retrieve it, and he just about manages. He'll get to that B site, and Hero's been left behind. The snake in the
30
grass.
seconds left.
He's heard all three. He's just heard all three players step towards the spawn. They could call for the rotate back, but instead the plan comes in. Hero so far away with no salvos to play with either, and he's going to wrap all the way back through the spawn. I mean, this gives a window to strike for Fnatic, and although Sociable goes down, that pit still stands strong, and look how deep it goes as well. To walk through that choke point leaves you on a sliver of HP. Vakash can barely cross the door without going down to 1. They're going to have to challenge him, and they have to deal with Ruxic, limited vision, barely any health. They heard the shot though, at least an idea, and that's Ruxic down. A chance for Fnatic to carry on as Crashies lands the shot to Hero. They've got this, another OT. Fnatic, they're not gonna give up just yet. Again, we'll find that victory. Oh, I think it's fine as is.
So what would you do if it was Kayak?
Bayak, obviously.
Well, Filu, he's already managed to take down one of the danger men. Vakash is gone. Now they look to quick swing back in the other direction. Bear in mind, there is only one man currently there, but the full rotation, the full force of NAVI is looking to try and run it down. The goal for Ruxic is buy time. Slow them as much as possible, even putting through salvos, but Filu has then been caught. They can look to try and get that spike in, and they will succeed.
Yeah, planned for now. The TP hurt as well, so they know that Bath is going to be taken over, but Kayak is
Dodge the Tiger.
playing this one nice and slow. He's given up the control, but Alpha here waiting to strike in just a moment. He swung a little early, and Sociable manages to drop him. Numbers thinned out somewhat. No Molly left to play with there for Boaster. It's going to go halfway up already. There, the Molly lands. It had already been fired out. Thankfully, that buys them precious time, but it's already halfway defused. Crashies, he's got his work cut out for him. 3 bodyguards defending as the defuse goes through. Navi again. Another chance to close out this series.
The one before that
Portal
with
closed.
0.9.
Time to jump.
They've been cutting it close, but each time they've managed to bring back rounds. And Kayak, well, we didn't see him have the operator the last time that he was caught by Sociable. He's taken a risk. No shields. Might just have to escape this one. He's sticking around a little bit longer, but will eventually have to leave. Oh, almost caught.
Still 100 HP. Did 4 shots. No hits just yet, but Alpha's here to change things up. Fnatic, they're holding on to life again. A 4 versus 2. Hero spam not quite landing, but here comes the salvo. That's going to open the door. Hero's got a challenge coming his way, but Kaz wins it. Hero's the one forcing the fight, but Fnatic forcing the fold of Navi, that advantage. It's about to it bounced back.
Oh, well, for Ruxic, 12 seconds, 4 to find.
10 seconds
He
left.
spent about 30 seconds trying to just kill off Vekaj. And I don't even think he's going to get that done. Nope. In fact, Vekaj will put him down. 15-15. Dodging the drone. Might call into a false sense of security. Ruxic's now spotted them looking to cross. Orb in place to make that plant a little bit more awkward, and Filu, the operator, in a good position, but he's missed. And now he's under pressure from Kayak from behind, a step too far, and he is dead to
30
rights.
seconds left.
That's another time they've been caught in the back line. And in fact, it's a spam shot that clears out another, leaving just Sociable standing. Fnatic might be about to have their first chance at victory. Unless Sociable can pull off a miracle. The first comes easy, but the next is tougher.
Okay.
Vekaj down as well, the player above. Surely he doesn't expect an Alpha here. Will make sure this Turkish brother gets no further. Now Fnatic have a chance to close.
Fnatic steal the lead at what could be the final hurdle.
Well, this is what we talk about when we talk of rivalries. A cult classic. The Fnatic could look to end. Or will there be more bends, more twists and turns in the tail? Bosa's Molly's going to start things off, burning at their feet, but the openers have gone the way of Navi.
The advantage there's for now, but the spike not planted and players
quick.
incredibly low. That even took Ruxic down to 5. He got hit by the final shot, I think straight into his shoelace. The rotate is going to get this plant. I don't see a way that they can stop this now. There's no nade left to work with for Alpha, but Crashies gets space.
Oh my
what
God.
a shot, but it's traded. So
planted.
important for Hero to strike, but he's the only player with health. Ruxic on 5
enemy
HP
remaining.
will quickly be dealt with. And they know Hero's towards that backside. Crashies Prowler doesn't make it around it, doesn't find Hero, who's sneaking his way back behind that tall box. It's all going to come down to the timing. Crashies! What a shot! I need that slowed down and then slowed down some more.
He is staring across the stage as he defuses. That